that was gonna happen. Oh Lord, this angle is terrible. You guys should see where I'm at right now. Anyway, we are going live a little early today because I have a special guest, and I knew that was gonna happen. Oh Lord. Sorry, Zach. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I'm at my home gym, and I have a special guest today. Give him time to send a request, because lately I've been hitting the requests and then it hasn't been going. So if you just tuned in, ZACK RYDER is joining us today. A WWE superstar. WWE superstar is joining us. So I'm gonna have to click live because he's a busy man. Okay, bro, I'm about to hit it. He's a busy man, took time out of his day to join us, and I'm hoping this works. Let's take a look. Let's make sure it works. And oh yes, let's join Zach.
Yo, what's up, man?
It worked.
It worked.
I'm so happy, man. I've been so stressed out. I was like, oh, first of all, dude, you're jacked up, bro.
I got a little pump outside, a little outside workout.
You did, man. How is it? First of all, thanks for taking the time. I've been, you know, everyone's been big fans. You got a lot of good people out there that are so excited. I was scared to promote. I had Emilio, John Hennigan yesterday. Dude, stuff was freezing up. So I'm like, so I was hoping and praying. You should see, I don't want to move where I'm at. I'm in my home gym, you know, got some weights, and I'm actually stacked up this phone, and I'll text you afterwards. Stacked up this phone on a pile of towels you can wipe your sweat off.
Yeah, you're leaning against a paper towel rack right now.
Dude, I'm actually sitting on and I'm balancing. You'll see when I send it. You're gonna see and be like, oh my gosh, don't even want to move it. I'm actually sitting.
There you go.
And I have it sitting up. First of all, dude, thanks for taking time out, man. If you guys just tuned in, it is Jason David Frank and ZACK RYDER, WWE superstar. Dude, I don't want to take too much of your time. I want to thank you for coming in. I know it's a crazy time. You're just working out outside? Do you have
Yeah, I mean, I literally have nothing to do. So I wake up, have breakfast, and instead of going to the gym, I just work out in the backyard. I wish I would have had some home gym equipment before all this, because I didn't. My garage is full of action figures.
Yeah.
Gym. And now, of course, it's hard to find stuff. Everything's sold out.
I know. So, and it's not much, but
oh, bro, those are the dumbbells I was looking for.
Yeah, I got, you know, a little cardio machine. I actually got a little dojo, a little bag.
Bro, that's like Venice Gold's. That's like the Mecca compared to my backyard right now with what I got.
Yeah, dude. The thing with this bag is that I'm on upstairs, so when I hit it, you hear that?
Yeah.
It sounds so crazy. Which, so I don't know. I did a series called Ninjak versus Val Universe, and I played Bloodshot. So they actually, you know, took off the series because the movie with Vin Diesel's out, and I got a chance to see that. They took off the series, but they just put it back on today, dude. So,
oh hell yeah!
And I think you would appreciate it, not because of the movie, it's because I was 190, and Bat in the Sun wrote a script for me.
Yeah.
That he weighs 210, and it was like a subtle hint to be like, you know, gain 20, 25 pounds.
Yeah.
That's hard, dude.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's not easy. It's not, you know, I'm eating all the time, and not necessarily because I'm hungry. It's because I have to force myself to eat. Like, I was a skinny kid, you know, so I need to like just eat and eat and eat. It's like, I'm not enjoying eating 6-7 times a day. Like, if I meal 3 or 4, I'm like, literally, like, it takes like an hour to finish that meal because I'm just so stuffed.
Yeah. That is crazy, man. I don't think it was the struggle of, I have a friend, too, Lamb, who's a Green Beret. He does a lot of tactical training. He's pretty jacked up. and we were talking. I went to stay at his place because I did a tactical training, and I asked him, and he said the same thing, like, hey, it's harder for me to keep weight on. I know that's crazy as that sounds, but what do you know? I follow The Rock too, and The Rock's got that new tequila.
Yeah.
He just lit it in and said, hey, buy this tequila during the coronavirus. But I see his stuff, and I think he posts a lot of cheat days.
Right.
You know, what is your my weakness on is like chips and salsa and cheesecake.
Right.
And, you know, I used to drink 10 years ago. I don't, but I used to drink a Corona and have a cheesecake. So that's why I really stopped drinking for 10 years, was because of the extra calories. That was junky calories.
Sure.
You know, so what is your healthiest meal that you kind of enjoy eating? I'm sure you're tired of it. And what is your cheat meal that you just like get crazy with?
So this morning I made steak and eggs. So that's not, I don't consider that a cheat. I think that's very healthy, and it's very plain. I just put the steak on the grill, just like some sea salt seasoning, no extra sauce or anything like that, just some eggs, a cup of oats. So to me, I consider that very healthy. But for a cheat, like the other day I ordered some chicken parm with some pasta. That's definitely not healthy. But to me, I don't have a cheat day. If I'm craving something, I'll eat it, and I'll kind of like punish myself the next day. Like, do extra cardio or something, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I know people are out there, and I'm obsessive with weight, dude. Like weighing myself.
Right.
I'll just do a text of what this looks like and a text of my scale, because I got a little green Ranger sticker on there with all my Ranger colors, and it says Jason David Frank. And 3 times a day, program my phone. I know it's not about weight, but because of who I am and what I do, I weigh 190. I fought heavyweight.
Sure.
Which was 217. But, dude, I was, like, eating whatever I could. Just when I weighed in, I felt, 217. But I walked at 190. And, you know, I wish it was a little bit more. But I weigh myself consistently for that reason. If, I can get away with it or do a little bit more cardio. But since a couple shoulder injuries and a hamstring injury, I'm finding myself to do a little bit easier cardio. And it's been, you know, from the hamstring running to EFX to like, okay, I'm going to ride the bike, which, I mean, it's cool, but it's kind of like I see old people in the gym riding the bike, you know, little towels, like I worked out. So I'm finding myself to kind of do rehabs like that. But the reason why I ask you is I saw crazy stuff on The Rock's page. Like it was, I don't know, peanut butter, donut stuff. It was just crazy. And he's so jacked up that I don't think people understand the discipline. Like I say right now, mental health is the biggest thing, and that's why people should start working out, not 100%. To get, you know, like it endorphins and stuff. And what's your my when I used to train, I hate road work, dude. I hated running. Now it's okay, but at one point it was like run, and then we do a game shark bait where I would spar 10 people every 2 minutes, and everyone had time to recover. So, you know, without the cardio, there's things that you can't do, and I'd always have fresh people come in and be like, oh, I hate Green Ranger or whatever. And it's an exhausting drill. So for you, dude, I give you credit. I always look, and I see you, and you know, a lot of Leo was on the page. He helped me, and John Hennig. I look, and I think you guys are so cut up, but and disciplined. But I don't think the people know how much you travel a year, how many miles, not points, how many miles. I got about 700,000 miles, not points, which is not that much compared to you guys. But how, you probably lost track, how many miles a year do you think?
Oh my God. I mean, I couldn't even, like you said, I couldn't even count. I know that typically we're on the road 4 days a week, but I always try to find a gym in that town. It's just like you talk about, you know, for working out, it's good for everything, because it's good for my routine, my discipline. Like, do you think I want to go to the gym every day? No, but I've been doing it for so long every day. That's just routine, you know? Yeah. It's just part of breakfast, gym, go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, you know, like it's just a natural thing by now. Now, granted, I've been doing it for, you know, almost 20 years, like straight, you know, ever since I was in high school, you know, but like if you start, like people think like that we love work. Like, yes, of course there's some days that's, oh man, that was a great workout, but you're not really enjoying it like while you're doing it. Like some days if you're motivated and you're like, that crazy like leg workout or something, like, oh, that was great. But like I never wake up, you know what I want to do today? I want to go do some squats. You
Yeah.
know, I never,
Yeah.
but you got
Yeah.
to. It's just part of the. And then once you're in it, you know, you get going. But you know, people think that the gym is fun. I don't wake up every day and like, I can't wait to go to the gym today. I can't wait to spend 3 hours of my day at the gym. Like, no, it just has to be done.
You're right. I did like six fights, MMA fights, within like 8 months. And my first fight, my jaw, I never wear face protection, but I did because my jaw was so jacked up. When it comes to injuries,
Whoop, there's my cat.
oh, look.
Oh,
I put cats.
yeah.
Because I was gonna ask you about cats because I got a cat. But injuries, they're gonna affect you, but also mentally. I'm with this injury, dude, and everyone watching, it doesn't matter because we're just chatting. Zach met him in Houston. Now's the time where we can chat with people and for the fans. But injuries really mess up my mentality like bad, to the point where I couldn't kick, and man, it was so frustrating. You're right about the gym. Not everyone loves it. Like, I look at the gym, and to be honest, during this time, like, I hit the gym afterwards, but during this time I'm slacking a little bit.
Right.
And I don't know why. My school's online. I'm teaching online classes, trying to get people there. Do you feel, obviously I know the answer, but when you get, I say VHS, Power Rangers used to be on VHS. When you got a workout video at one point, that video is hard to do. It ends up underneath people's bed, is how I feel.
Right. And especially like when I was in high school, just starting out, like I bought or had my dad buy me like the ab doer. Remember that thing, that weird chair?
Yeah.
Like, and then like then it becomes like a shelf. You know, you're just it's collecting dust. You know, like there's no shortcut for hard work. You know what I'm saying? And you know that better than anybody. Is that if you want something done, you have to do it. It might take some time, but if you put in the work, it'll get done. Like, we didn't get in shape like overnight. You know, like. Yeah. It takes so long, and that's what people have to realize. Like, okay, if they're trying to gain weight or lose weight, it's a process, and like you have to you need to make like baby step goals. You know, like let's say you want to lose 100 pounds. Like, to lose 100 pounds, that's a great goal, but you need let's lose 10 pounds. Okay, let's lose 15 more pounds. You know, let's lose if you set these little goals and you're like gaining confidence along the way. Yeah. You know, then you can tell yourself that, oh, maybe I can eventually, gain drop all 100.
Yeah, it's so true, man. Like, appreciate the little things. But I think when people try, they don't notice, they don't notice what they've lost or what they've gained. So it's kind of a short road. Like I tell white belts, some people come in that are just born to do it. And other people struggle a bit, but they don't appreciate, I'm trying to even think of the word, they don't appreciate they don't see the little steps on the way. So they feel it's not working. And so what you said is consistency. It's the perception. We see you on a page killing it. One thing I was going to ask you is, how do you feel now? It is a routine, and my routine is so thrown off right now.
Right.
Like traveling. I think that's what's really missing on my body. It's, I go to China, I go here, I go to Liverpool. I'm always adjusting, and my body's like, oh, this is what it kind of feels like to be normal. Is it hard when you're in? I don't know if you guys are probably still traveling. John couldn't. I froze up last night, but he said he did like 6 shows. He's trying to catch a flight. Are you all still working in front of the live audience, or? Instead of an audience that's watching online?
Right. So WWE the past couple of weeks have been filming in Orlando at the Performance Center, but I live in Orlando, so I'm not getting on flights. You know what I'm saying? So it is super weird to wake up, on a Monday where I'd be in like Ohio for Raw, but I'm home. I'm like, what do I do? And then, like I said, I eat breakfast, and then like usually I'll go to the gym, but the gym's not open, so I have to go to the backyard. And I talked earlier about like workouts not being fun. I do think now, because I have limited supplies, that I'm just making stuff up. So for me, that's fun. Like using my creativity, like I'm using my trees and my pump-up bands, just to do anything, because it's either complain that the gym's closed and not work out, or get my ass up and do something about it,
Yeah, totally, man. So I guess the thing is, do you work out more, or does your body say, because you train all the time, do you work out more, or do you just try to feel like adjust your body. And when it comes to injuries, I was going to ask you mental injuries. How do you deal with that as an athlete and as someone that's a superstar around the world? I deal with it different, but how do you deal with that? Have that any happened before?
I mean, I've definitely had a couple injuries. The biggest one, I tore my patella tendon, like ruptured it, ripped right, the kneecap just ripped right off. And so when I was coming back from that injury, mentally it was like, well, can I do this? Can I land this way? Can I do this move? And then once I, had a couple matches and was wrestling for a couple more months, I totally forgot about it. But definitely when you're coming back from an injury, the mental thing is the worst, because obviously you wouldn't be going back, for me, to the ring if I wasn't ready. The doctors wouldn't clear me. You know what I'm saying? But it's all getting over that mental block.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
It is. I had 2 distal bicep tears, okay? The first distal bicep tear, I was training with at Salsa. I was jabbing, training sparring this really good guy named Stormy. Never forget it. And I was jamming and my muscle ripped. And Saul's like, come on, exactly. Come on, Power Ranger, get back in there. Kind of a little bit mean.
Sure.
And they said left hand only, because that was my arm. It was like my bicep tore.
Right.
I was sparring Stormy, and Stormy's like, just keep going, bro. Coach is watching, and I was grabbing him, going, I can't move my hand, dude. Keep moving. And so we would move each other, kind of cover me a little bit. And then I got that, and I was a disaster getting that distal bicep tear, man. Like years ago, I told you I don't drink. I had to drink here and there because I leaned back on other stuff. And that's why I didn't. And my second distal bicep tear, I don't know if you all follow the UFC, but Derek the Black Beast was really one of my main sparring partners at the time. And we came from a place called Silverback. So, we had Larry Crow and Mike Jackson. He was there. So Derek was huge, big guy. And I remember fighting, and I threw a punch, and it went boink. And it just tore up. So I put my hands down, and of course he's still fighting. I leave the gym. My coach says, get back in there. Don't be a spoiled sport. This was Tony. I said, Coach, I have a distal bicep tear. Went in my Hummer, ran out of gas on the side of the road.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. Then they had to go back in there and attach it. Meanwhile, I have a show the next day at a convention. And so they attach it. I wake up in the middle of surgery, I thought I was getting abducted. Like I had no clue what was going on. And I remember the doctor looking at me going, shh. And I went, yeah. And it burned. I went back to sleep. And felt like I didn't wake up forever. And the doctor said, hey, bro, we didn't want to wake you up. We didn't want to get punched or something happen. So I was out for some time. But yeah, and during those injuries you guys have, I know it's like everyone else with Instagram. I think I'm very good at posting positive things, because I wrote poems, which was super weird, and sharing my feelings was really tough. It was really hard. So mentally, I started doing that. But it's been a perception of I am a director, and I'm going to post what I want to post. That's why, with these interviews, I don't want to get like, we've talked, you're such a great guy. It's not like we text all the time or do anything, because we're athletes and we respect our time. But I didn't want to come in and go, hey, Zach, we have, it's just like fake.
Sure. Right.
And the world needs to be real.
Right.
What would you tell people as an athlete, everyone out there that is dealing with this stuff, which it's okay, it's going to pass, but what would you say that someone looks up to you and says, hey, this is what Zach said? Like Power Rangers, 25 years to 26, we've installed messages into the kids, maybe not to bully, and it doesn't make sense until 26 years later.
Sure.
20 years later. But what could you just say to people? I mean, from working out to your cats.
Right.
Huge therapy, dude. Huge therapy.
I would say, definitely use this time to find some things that you're passionate about, and don't be afraid to share it on social media. Like, I think some people, for instance, if I'm a wrestler, that I only need to post wrestling things on social media. Yeah. No, I'm going to post about my action figures, my cats, the movies I like. I think I'm not trying to be cool, or I'm not trying to cater to one specific genre of people. I'm being me. Yeah. And if you want to follow me, great. And if you don't, great. Yeah. I think too many people are too caught up with pleasing other people still. And I think now, it's getting better. Like, for instance, me and my action figures, remember the 40-year-old virgin? There was like a stigma, do not collect action figures. Even me as a kid, I remember I would, I was too cool to be playing with the Power Rangers figures, so I would buy them for my younger brother, and I'd be playing with them and not telling anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now you open my, my doors to my tour room, I have them all proudly on display. When I was, 10 years old, I was embarrassed, but now I'm 35, and I'll show them all off. Now I don't care. Now F you to everybody who hates it. You know what I'm saying?
Which is good. It's collectible. I told Mike Rome came on, and there was a Stan Lee picture that Stan did as he painted himself as a Spider-Man Ranger and put me on there. I have 6 of them. I'm gonna give you one, man. Not just
thank you.
Oh, you're cool or whatever. It's because what you just said is what I try to tell people around the world, that it was one point where Power Rangers was cool, and it was high school where it was like, nah, I don't like that. Where meanwhile they're hiding the action figures.
Right, 100%.
Because they weren't confident enough to be you. And I tell my daughter the same thing, Jenna, like, you don't need to dress up. Although I try to cover up my tattoos just to look cool, but the perception of what we do is totally different. So be you, because what I'm wearing right now are sweatpants, Adidas, and socks.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like, but yet it's the JDFs in a suit, which the only reason I put on a shirt, Zach, is I need something to do. I'm used to cons, like, you know what I mean? So I go in my closet and try to pick out a shirt, which is, whatever. But for me, I've always learned, like in karate, I gotta, cover my tattoos because no one will allow you to be you. And I've actually lost students because of that before. Christian students that would say you're not doing what God wants. It's like, what? Like, and so my instructor, he passed away, my mentor, and he was from Florida, and he would always tell me, would tattoos get you more students? And I was like, maybe make you look tougher. Can you lose students? I said, yes. Could earrings, could this, could that. So it could, people do judge within who you are and what you do. So I think for me, the biggest thing you said right now, which social media is blowing up because people should just be you.
Right.
And you doesn't mean to yell fire. Oh, the coronavirus. What do you think? It's, dude, it is what it is. We're going to get through it. I can't tell, my brother passed away, for like, I'm sorry. This was a while ago. He was actually on Power Rangers Zeo. He played my brother. And when people said that, I didn't know what to say. And honestly, like, thank you, but it didn't make me feel better.
Right.
And even my closest friends, I know you're thinking about me, but that pain needed to be looked at and dealt with, which years later, I wrote some poems about my brother. I wrote poems about my life. I put it on YouTube. People accept it because it's who I am and what I do. But like I say, not everyone wears capes, which I'm so glad the Green Rangers have a cape by the way. It's very, very unique. When you were growing up, what did you, you obviously, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was something that you grew up or obviously, I would say was a fan, or what was Power Rangers that you were like, oh, cool?
So the Power Rangers body. In where I was on Long Island, I think at the time everyone thought like we're too old to watch this, right? And like I would put up that front like at school maybe, but then I was home, I was watching it on TV with my brother. I basically would buy the figures for me, but say they were for my brother. You know what I'm saying? With the, you press the button and it flips the head, and we had all the villains and stuff like that. Like, I loved it. And they were such, like, action figures back in the 90s were just, I think, some of the coolest things ever. That's why now, like, they're still popular, and they keep redoing them because those were the best ever.
Yep. Well, I'm going to show you what I'm going to give you. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was special to me because, Stan, we did it. There's probably, like, only 20 in the world. My room's a mess. I have most of my stuff in storage. Super missing here. But if you can, just send me your text, and I won't forget.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's just so terrible in this room. But it was a special thing, and the reason why I gave it to you, and I have a giveaway going on too, which is on my page. But I got 6, dude, and I just don't want to hoard things like hoarding toilet paper, which is smart. Everyone's grabbing stuff, and I try to respect. Although I want to grab a ton of meat, which Tammy and Jenna eats meat, but dude, I'm so like, I know it sounds terrible, but I've eaten so much steak. I've had steak and eggs and steak. I'm used to eating chicken and fish, which, I have steak I have to cook today, but when he made this, it was special because Stan's like a legend. You become a legend when you get older. You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah.
What I'm gonna send you now.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, Stan signed it right there, which he signed it, and so he made this. So here, he made this for New York Comic Con. So he made himself a Spider-Man Ranger.
Wow, that's incredible. I've never seen that before.
Dude, there's like 15 or 20 that exist in the world, and of course Stan was, who is, I'll say fan, dude. He respected the brand because you know how the brands are. There's so many different universes, and that's why Valiant, which I never collected, Valiant, which I've never collected, and when I played Bloodshot, I was pretty excited about playing it. So it was a comic book character in 1992 before Power Rangers. But man, there's nothing, and I'll tell everyone out there, and I'll let you go and get your address and all that stuff. But I would tell everyone, man, to believe in themselves, because there's no one that's a bigger fan than yourself. I don't
100%.
care. Yeah, like, to believe in yourself. Power Rangers was, nobody cared about Power Rangers. Like, we couldn't get an agency. People, you know, make fun, and I believed in it against thousands of others that didn't. Mark Dacascos is I think I said his name right. He played John Wick 3, and he was the bad guy. Mark was a good karate guy at that time. I watched tons. He was the Iron Chef. Sometimes people are like, "Hey, Iron Chef guy," but phenomenal martial artist. And what's weird about that ties that into him. When I found out, I did the pilot. I found out Mark Dacascos was in the 1986 Bioman, and so they were trying to sell the pilot back then, and they couldn't, which is perfect because I was born in 73. I'll be 47. 86, I wasn't old enough to play the Rangers. So everything happens in time, and everything's meant to be. So I would say just believe in yourself. You guys continue watching what you grew up with. Continue watching what you love. I know Power Rangers on Netflix. Everything's blowing up. WWE. You know, I grew up with a lot of stuff. I was next to Hulk Hogan at New York Comic Con.
That's
and I was
badass.
so frightened because I was like, I was just starting Comic Cons, and I didn't want to be the guy that only had like 10 people in line. So my fans were massive. And then I was filming a show, and Hulk's like, Hulk Hogan's I should have been a Power Ranger. And he was so impressed. And I'm like, yeah, it was super cool to see that. And I got it on video, and he's like, good job, brother. Like, you got the fan base, but it's not me. It was my fans that made me feel, wow, I've been promoting this from day one, the only Ranger out there. That's why they did movies, and they don't connect people in the universe. But I don't think it's the guy behind the WWE guy or the character or the guy behind Tommy the Green Ranger. It really is the person behind that suit, person behind that mask.
For sure.
And you're a really good person, man. That's why it just happened. Can you go? Yeah, man, I'll go live. And everybody on here, I think I leave everyone with the value. Cats, number one, are therapeutic. I mean, cats
I love them.
In jail calm people down. I mean, that's like the biggest thing. And, you know, is that in death row, they give them a cat to, I'm not saying anything about prisoners, but that would be it would be a proven therapeutical thing. So, you know, my dog, Derek Thielen, who's just amazing. He was on Ninjak, and he did a Baby Daddy, and the Bitch Star. He's a dog trainer.
Yeah.
So, you know, we talk kind of dog training, did some tricks. So animals are therapeutical. Being yourself. And I tell people right now, don't lean back on your addictions, dude. It's so easy to go back on drinking, pills, your drugs, smoking weed. I get it. But you're here, an athlete who's staying in shape, been in shape, continue training. And I think right now it's one of those things where people out of control are just going to lean back on their addictions. And just, you know, I tell people to face themselves, look in the mirror. And I love people like you that are motivating, man. And so I would just say for all my fans too, number one, I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm going to text you all the time. I always tell everyone.
Thanks, bro.
I got you and Mike, one of those posters. I will do a contest, but the other day I was like, I got 6, and I was like, I don't want to be that hoarder, because when I pass on, I put stuff in a box, tons of it. I sign it, and I pack it away. And everyone's like, why you sign that? You're jinxing yourself. I said, no, dude. If the legacy is passed on to someone, every is signed, which is like, wow, super crazy. So I signed a bunch of comic books that were like going through this coronavirus stuff. You know, they wrote on comic books hashtags so they can actually take that one day and go, dude, we got through this. You know what I mean? Right. And so stick to your stuff, man. I appreciate you, bro. Like really so much. I don't look at you as a you know, WWE star. When I saw you backstage, I was like, cool. And you had so much energy and so much love. And, you know, lots of people grew up on Power Rangers. It makes me feel honored, makes me feel a little old, but yet I don't have
you look great,
hair. Dude. I don't have gray hair, bro. Like I don't dye my hair to the point where people are now asking, you dye your hair?
Right.
Keith Real, it's like, what? I'm not that old, dude. Why are you gonna ask me? But I can fit in spandex.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Not that I'm gonna run around in spandex, but dude, you never know what happens. I'm there to. I guess I'm a people's pleaser, like a golden retriever. He tries to please us, but he doesn't listen. I would like lay down. He doesn't want to. I say quietly, go jump in the pool. One time, way away from the pool, to see if he listens. No doubt, he runs and jumps in the pool.
There you go.
He can listen to things that he wants to do. But anyway, man, what's your cat's name?
I have 3 cats. This one right here is this is Waffles. We got Waffles over here. And then we got Kylo and Draco. I was never a cat person. As growing up, I had dogs, and being on the road, it's hard for us to have like animals because I don't want we're on the road so often, and I don't want to like can't leave a dog alone for a day. You know. Yeah. Luckily, like the cats, they don't have to go on walks. You know, they have the kitty litter. You know, so they're so much easier. And now I'm a huge cat person. I don't know if I would like anyone else's cat. Like if you have a cat, I don't know if I'd like your cat, but I love my cat. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Yeah, I love that, man. I love it. Yeah, for sure. I got 2 cats. Someone asked me on Instagram, what are your cat's name? And I was so embarrassed to tell them my cat's name because I watch Impractical Jokers. And I was watching it, and I was like, I don't know the 2 cats. I got them. Let's just name them Mur and Sal. So I don't know. I did some shows with Mur. You know, it's cool. But someone asked me my cat's name. I was like, oh, Lord, I don't, you know, want to say Mur and Sal. But people name their kids after me, man. So
I know, right?
I'm honored, dude. It's like, you know, super honored, man. But Zach, thank you so much, man. And I always come on here and we don't plug anything. People can follow you at what is it, Z Ryder 85.
Yeah, follow me. I mean, there's so much stuff on there, whether you like wrestling that's on there or action figures that's on there or working out stuff that's on there. The cats, like I said before, I don't filter myself. So I put everything out. I'm not posting something hoping it's going to get a lot of likes. I don't even look. You know what I'm saying? I don't read the comments when people say everybody on social media said this. Who's everybody? What? 10 people? 10 people said it?
Yeah, totally. Dude.
And
totally.
you can't let those people, those haters get you. Now, I'll admit, will a really mean comment every once in a while like get under my skin? Oh, yeah, it will. But for the most part, you just gotta let it. Just forget about it. Sometimes if it's a good insult, sometimes I laugh.
Yeah. But you know, Zach, you find it hard, like I do. If I went to a restaurant, and I know I'll let you go, but I love talking to you. But when I went to go to a restaurant, and I say, hey man, I need your manager. Okay, sir, everything okay? Someone else comes up. Everything okay? Manager comes up. Says, yeah, dude, this waitress is amazing, man. Like, it's amazing. And people aren't used to that, which I tell people, my fans are great. They always go out of their way. And I'm telling you all now's the time where we need people to go out of their way to say something positive. It's so easy to post and say something. And I always say this because I wrote things in poems. You know, the sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt me. It does hurt everybody subconsciously, but it's how we react to them. You know what I mean? If we know that, which it's like whatever, but it's the #1 proven fact in the world that everyone wants to be loved or afraid of not being loved. It's true, regardless of their subconscious mind or not. So I like the fact that someone says, I don't care. Yeah, it irks me a little, but it's fine. And right now, I was reading the comments and Bloodshot, you know, because I had nothing to do. Dude, you're so much better at Bloodshot. And then one fan said, Vin Diesel's so much better. You suck. Right? So I went, shoot, bam, blah.
Right. Exactly. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And anyway, dude, 99.9% of the people are happy. You always got that 1% that's not. But I will say this, as long as they're talking about me, you, it's cool. I don't care for the likes either. I really, like, when I started posting my poems, like, if people don't like them, they don't like them. I don't really care. And it's so great and refreshing that you are you and you post what you want. And who cares if someone, you know, doesn't like your cat? Like you said, you might not like my cat, although my cat is cool. And I would love your cat, looks amazing, and your other ones. But cat are, you know, they good, loyal people. Dogs are loyal people. They know you. And, dude, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you,
This is fun. Thanks for having me on, man. I can't wait for that print. You better send it.
Oh, I know, dude, for sure. I honestly, like, I promise I'll put you on a list. I'm going to screenshot your address, and I'm going to add you on the list. And because I think one thing is golden, which I love about people, is that you cannot pay for one thing, your word.
Right.
That's it. You can't. And I have people that cancel Comic-Cons, like Mickey Rourke at Liverpool. Last day, he just never showed up on his flight, and everyone was like, oh, man, you know, Mickey didn't show up. He doesn't care. But I was thinking, oh, maybe something happened and he got tied up. But I'm a man of my word. If I can physically do it, I will never forget. It's to have deposited in my emotional bank account, and that I will never ask Mike, Leo, I would never call, bro, get me tickets. Bro, get me tickets. It's like, you know, I'm sure you'll do anything you want, but I'm not like that. I go to Houston just because I love backstage and I love the people and I work with a lot. And you all treat me so kind, and I appreciate it. And when I saw Rhonda that night, Rousey, I thought for sure, 100%, they dressed her in the White Ranger. They just said, here, Rhonda, wear this. So when I met her, because, you know, and of course, UFC, when I met her, she was like, oh, my God, yeah, I love Power Rangers. It's really, and I said, did you wear that? Or she, oh, yeah, someone designed it. Did someone make you wear that?
Right.
Sometimes she grew up with the White Ranger and the Green Ranger, and I was so proud of her for being such a strong fighter to say, yeah, dude, I like Power Rangers. And what are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to send you this print, man, and there's any other stuff I got in storage, I'm going to send some. I promise you, you have deposit in my emotional bank account and everyone else on here more than you know, dude.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for having me on. This was fun.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you. I'll text you in a little bit.
Awesome, bro. See you later.
Thank you, man.
How do we line off this thing?
All right, bro. Thank you.
All right. See you, man.
All right, buddy. Man, Zach, thank you. That was WWE star ZACK RYDER, a great guy. I don't care what he does. He's posts what he wants to post. He doesn't care about the likes. He is himself, and that's what everyone I have on the show is pretty much themselves. Today, I'm probably going to override you with lives. I didn't want to plan it because last couple days my internet was off and all this other stuff, but I'm going to have two on here. Tu Lam, who is Ronin Tactical, Green Beret, amazing. So he's going to be on, and then Catherine and Nakia are going to be on live with me today. So two from Ronin Tactical, he's online, huge followers, very, very good guy. I got a lot of good people that I train with, but he also does a lot of salat, does knife techniques. He has a brother in the martial arts, traveled around the world. We're going to talk to him a little bit. And what I just said, talk, is real talk, man. I'm trying to be consistent on this. And yesterday when I couldn't get Johnny in because of my stupid internet, I just kind of like stopped, gathered my thoughts together, start thinking, man, I'm letting everyone down, you know, trying to be consistent. So this is the reason why it's just randomly. So you can follow him or you don't. I think he's a great guy. R Ryder 85, you already said he posts his cats, WWE superstar, just works out, trains. Zach, thank you so much for coming. I'm gonna get you this print now. Stay tuned because this print, I'm gonna have a contest. I don't want to hoard them. Stan Lee signed it. He created the Spider-Man Ranger and got this for us so we can collaborate at New York Big Apple Con, which was supposed to happen in April. So I'm gonna post this as a contest, and this is what I'm gonna post. And Zach, I'm sending you one, but this is the post. What am I gonna say in the post? Follow, go to YouTube channel, none of that. I don't care what you do, you just have to comment. I don't care if you share it, I don't care about the likes, I don't care about this. I care about my fans, but I don't want to give this away that's super cool with something. There's no strings attached, guys. There's nothing that I want from you all except entertain you in your love and to make people's day. Zach, you made my day, and you made everyone else's day on here. So stay tuned. I'm going to get your address in a little bit. So yeah, Ronin Tactical is going to be on here too, is going to be talking. And then we'll have Catherine and Nakia, who are doing their show, which is amazing. Rangers Playback. I'll post the link, all that stuff. Guys, much love. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I say every show 86,400 seconds a day. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day and watching this. So I'll go work out a little bit. Zach, I'm going to ride a bike. All right, guys, thank you so much. You guys are so awesome. I appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for more guests.